Nicki Minaj is a certified loser. To be this successful and grown and to be taking digs at another black female artist this late in your career is pathetic. And I'm using certified hater because I know how much certifications mean to Nicki and also her fan base. This is certified loser behavior. And it proves everything that Lil Kim said in her Breakfast Club interview. Nicki wants to be the only female rapper in the room, and she's losing it. Let's talk about it.
Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck
on. What's going on, you all? This latest rant with Nicki Minaj and SZA taking shots at SZA and Doechii is proof that there is not any recreational things being done. This isn't her losing mental whatever. This is Nicki Minaj's character. I know people who deal with mental issues. I am also one of those. I also know folks who participate in recreational drugs. People who do these things don't act like that. And honestly, I think it's disrespectful to be saying that she's on another Coca-Cola rant, because this is not a Diet Coke rant. This is not that. And if it is, this is Nicki Minaj. And we got to be honest about that. This is Nicki Minaj's character. This is who she is. This is who she always has been. So for those who do not know, currently Nicki Minaj is beefing with SZA. The long list of black women that Nicki Minaj has attacked online and has been bullying. And I call it bullying because you are activating your social media fans to get online and harass someone. And it's bully behavior. So Nicki Minaj responded to a tweet that SZA made. And if we're being honest, SZA makes tweets like this so random that I don't believe even for a second that SZA is worried about Nicki Minaj. Mercury retrograde, don't take the bait, LOL, silly goose. Nicki Minaj responds to this very random tweet from SZA. Go draw your freckles back on, Buki. Justice for Demaray, Disposition Perez, and hashtags. Who's using hashtags in 2025? Nicki Minaj. Liar, liar, pants on fire, sounding like a effing dead dog. What? This is a grown woman. This is a grown woman who is a successful artist, supposed to be successful artist, that is talking like this online. SZA responded and said, I don't give a F about none of that weird you popping. SZA saying that is iconic because I'm glad they calling you weird to your face. You are on some weird stuff and I'm not interested in it. Nicki Minaj continues on and claps back and said, B looking and sounding like she got stung by FNB, ... draws on my face, freckles. This is a grown woman talking like this. This is a grown woman. This is supposed to be the top rapper on the planet. Top rapper. Notice I didn't say female rapper, top rapper. This is supposed to be the #1 female rapper. So successful that she is out here taking a tweet about retrograde about her. SZA tweets silly, goofy stuff all of the time. SZA doesn't even be on social media like that. SZA has never been in it for liking shady tweets or tweeting subliminals. The only time I've seen SZA in some drama was recently with her manager, and she cleared all that stuff up. But SZA isn't a social media girl like that. She was back in the day, but she's not on that. She got a lot of other things to be worried about. And for Nicki Minaj to be in a meeting, because that's what she's saying, oh, I might have misread, or I'm going to check back and see I'm in a meeting. For you to be in an important business meeting and online looking at these conversations, one, it may be because your fans, again, entice you to get into these things because y'all have a snake eating itself mentality, if I'm being honest, because the fans find ways to get Nicki Minaj's attention. They want Nicki validation. They yearn it like they need their next breath. They want it. So they will find stuff, tag Nicki, send it to her. She will like it. She will respond. She will clap back at the people. And now they are rewarded with this. They continue on and find drama for Nicki Minaj to be in. And Nicki Minaj knows it. She wants them to find these things. This is this parasocial relationship that is eating away at Nicki's legacy. This is Nicki's legacy. Young Money, for the most part, y'all all are on the chopping block. Y'all are going out sad. You have Drake fighting for his life in a beef that he inserted himself in. Lil Wayne in his last 2 dreads fighting for relevance with an album that nobody's talking about that has been out for a couple of weeks now. Nicki Minaj, who is constantly finding other female artists who are way younger than her to beef with online. She even took some shots at Doechii. And shout out to Aubrey Vision for compiling these screenshots because I had no idea. There was a Barb account that posted Doechii losing 30 million listeners on Spotify. Nicki Minaj tweeted and said MTM minus 30 million. Some folks who are delusional will say that Nicki Minaj was not talking about her. Y'all are doing the most. Again, going back to what I said earlier, the fans find drama and then they post it for Nicki to react to. They want the attention and the validation from Nicki Minaj. And if we're being honest, a lot of artists do something similar with their fan bases. And usually it comes with money being made. Hey, y'all want to engage with me? Come to my concert. Y'all want to engage with me? Watch something I got on Netflix. Y'all want to engage with me? Buy this. Nicki Minaj is doing what? What is she doing? This is not monetized. There is no money being made from this. There's nothing being deposited from this. There's no money coming into Nicki Minaj's account from this. If anything, it's withdrawing from her legacy, if we're being honest. Whenever Nicki Minaj's documentary comes out, it won't be the one that she's been shopping around that nobody's interested in. What happened to that documentary that she said that she was shopping around that was going to come out? Never saw it. Nobody's interested in a documentary from Nicki Minaj. When I say nobody, I'm talking about the folks who own Netflix and these other streaming networks. They're not interested in paying Nicki Minaj for a documentary. That's why we'll never see it. The only documentary that will give will be a documentary detailing what happened to Nicki Minaj. It's going to be giving behind the music with the flashy photos and the people sitting back talking about what happened with the sad music playing in the background, because this is actually it. In real time, we're witnessing it in real time. Her steady digging away at her legacy. Nicki Minaj's brand is on the fritz. It's not good. I'm being completely honest. No one outside of the fan base is interested in Nicki Minaj. They are tired of these rants. They're tired of this drama. They're tired of the fan base. And each and every time Nicki Minaj takes a shot at these folks, it gets worse. To be coming at Doechii, making comments about her because you think she doesn't like you, goes back to what Lil Kim said in that interview with the Breakfast Club. Nicki wants to be the only female rapper in the room. She wants to be the only female rapper in the room. Lil Kim was right. She did not lie. The way that Nicki Minaj is acting is what Nicki Minaj accused Lil Kim of doing. You were very vocal about how Lil Kim treated you. Now you're doing that. Even if you did have an issue with Doechii, for whatever reason, you had an issue with SZA, you could just say nothing. That comes with maturing. You are a grown woman with a child and a husband and a so-called successful career. You should be on hiatus. You should be enjoying life. You just had a successful tour. No matter if it paid off some debt and you're still in debt, you had a successful tour. That's all your fans have said. And it's interesting as we talk about success, because notice that the fans cannot attack SZA on success, because this is the fan base that always wants to talk about numbers. I thought we said finances were off limits. You can't say that SZA's not popping. You can't say that. Them reads ain't gonna work. Them jokes, you can't. That's why she's having to say stuff about her face, how she looks. SZA looks beautiful. And beside the point, this is something that the Barbs cannot do. This is what the fans of Nicki Minaj cannot do. They can't argue facts. They cannot stay on topic. We don't have to talk about Nicki Minaj's looks. We don't have to talk about Nicki Minaj other than her behavior and how she acts. And they are scrambling trying to defend this because she was just shading Beyonce this past weekend. The mechanical bull comment, I definitely believe, was about Beyonce. She tweeted on the 13th of July and said, "The bull I ride is not mechanical." Now, the fans are arguing that this is about her song Cowgirl. What's hilarious about this is the energy that Nicki Minaj and her fans gave SZA on a tweet that had nothing to do with her, but y'all have evidence that it was about Nicki Minaj. Where is that in this? Because for the most part, you've been taking shots at Jay-Z for the last couple of days. It's not unheard of that you would not be talking about Beyonce in a shady way. It's not lost. We have a lot of context to add. You were shading Jay-Z, Rock Nation for the last couple of days. You've been taking shots. You've been posting. This is Beyonce's husband. You mentioning a mechanical bull, you should have the thought process to think to yourself, let me not post that. But we know you to be shady online doing this. So now try and clean it up and say, oh, it wasn't about her. Yeah, because you know how that looks. You know how it looks. You want to say it, but you don't want to have to deal with the consequences of it. And I believe every bit of it that it was about Beyonce. You're not telling me. You're not telling me. The shade towards Doechii makes absolutely no sense. It makes none. Y'all, again, are obsessed with charts, listeners, all of that. Doechii's doing very well. She's doing very well. She's very well liked. Her social capital is high. It's up there. There's not a brand that will not work with Doechii right now. I guarantee you, Doechii has enough requests that she's not signing certain deals. I guarantee you are signing any deal that comes your way, which is why you're on TikTok selling press-on nails. To be this grown and this successful, and to be tweeting about another artist losing listeners on Spotify, you can't be serious. But she is. And I think we need to go ahead and just, again, stop trying to diagnose Nicki Minaj. Stop trying to say it's any of these things. This is who Nicki Minaj is. This is her character. She has shown us this time and time again. And it's time for us to take it serious. There is no reason for Nicki Minaj to be acting like this to anybody. I'm glad that SZA responded and said, hey, I am dealing with bullies all the time online, but I go out in that stage and it's millions of people who come in to see me at a sold out show. That's the mentality. That's it. I'm doing very well for myself. I actually don't care. I think if anything, SZA just responding was just like, girl, you're not going to do that with me. You're very weird. You're very weird. And for SZA to respond like that means that they are definitely aware of how weird you are and how you've been acting online. All the celebrities know it. You're going to get to the point that you're not going to be able to come to other events because of how you have acted to all these other artists. They're not going to be in a room with you. And do you think for a second that these award shows and these other opportunities where these other female artists are getting invited to, do you think they're going to not invite them compared to you? They're not going to consider you. They're going to consider the other ones, these other successful up and coming women who are very talented in their game. And you should be shouting them out and happy to see them being successful. But instead, you're taking digs online at your big age. Certified loser behavior. Very certified loser behavior. When the dust settles and everybody moves on from Nicki Minaj, the only thing that she's going to have left are Chucky memes. Nicki Minaj is putting more energy ending her brand than she is making sure that it has a longevity. Nicki Minaj is so focused on everything except herself. And it is showing us each and every time that she's on these apps crashing out. The fact that you don't realize this is sad to see.